Zeratul.
I have pierced the veil of the future and beheld only oblivion. Yet one spark of hope remains. You will hold her life in your hands. And though justice demands that she die for her crimes, only she can save us.
Wait a second. You're talking about Kerrigan. It's been 4 years. You show up out of nowhere and...
Time is short. You must understand. The answers you seek lie within. Study it well. The fate of creation hangs in the balance.
Nice to see you too. I've heard of these Ehan crystals before. Supposedly they allow you to relive another person's memories. Whatever Zeratuls uncovered, he was desperate for me to see it too. Well, here goes nothing.
So now we've unlocked another series of missions. This one is actually a little Protoss mini-campaign. There's, I think 4 or 5, 4 seems about right, missions you do. It's pretty fun. And we're gonna give it a go soon. First, check the Protoss tank. I think we have a new flavor text. It's getting pure energy from the sphere above it. Represents a new worry. What's it doing with all that power? Yeah, Swan would likely shoot it out of the airlock with Stedman strapped to it. And Stedman is learning a lot, but he feels like it's learning from him. Basically, it's all very freaky and interesting, and the Zerg sample is also evolving. Okay. These little logs thing increase as your research level goes above a certain thing. You notice, like when you talk to Zerg, like he got like barrow upgrades, which is what you did with like the Perdition turret and so on. That can go down and go back, and you have the planetary fortress and so on. Similar type of thing, like you learn the barrow technology and put that to use, and so on. It's pretty sweet. This is all sort of connected. All right, Ariel, what do you have to say?
I see we have a new acquisition. Is it a Protoss device?
That's right. But I wouldn't mess with it if I were you. It's a Kadaran Ehan crystal. It's a memory storage device. Lets you experience what other people have seen or done. It can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing.
Yet you don't fear it at all. You're a fascinating man, Jim Raynor. You know more about the Protoss and the Zerg than any of the experts I've read about.
Yeah, well, that happens when you get involved in it. Matters of life and death. This is the artifact.
Holding these artifacts is making me nervous. Can you tell me any more about them?
It's interesting. The one from Zil is different than the others. However, I think all of them once constituted a single device.
You mean they make something bigger?
It would seem so. It's just a theory, but there's an attraction between the artifacts we've collected. A kind of harmonic resonance. Given the points of contiguous translinear alignment, I think they'd be drawn together like magnets under the right field adjustment.
Okay. Well, don't adjust anything just yet, Doc. I like them aligned just the way they are.
Yeah, no worries. Contiguous linear adjustment to transfiguration. I know what you're talking about. It's standard. The crystal, yeah, you can click it and you get like Zeratul missions. And I do want to do those, but not yet, because we have things to click. Tosh?
Had any visitors lately?
I don't know what you're talking about, Tosh.
Oh, I think you do, James Raynor. Something was on this ship just now. I still smell it on you. Protoss. Interesting.
Whatever you think you know, you just keep it to yourself. I hear you yapping about this, and I'll toss you out the airlock.
We all have our secrets, Tosh. Maybe you should keep mine.
So now we've got 3 of these artifacts on my ship. When are we supposed to hand these damn things over?
Well, that's gonna be a bit tricky. I hear the Zerg have attacked the Mobius Research Center on Tirador. I don't get it, though. What's the Queen of Blades after? Ain't no artifacts there.
If those eggheads can hold out till we get there, we may never know. Upload the data to the star map. Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned rescue mission.
Indeed. Now, Donnie Vermillion of UNN News.
This is Donnie Vermillion, live from UNN. Tonight, the Zerg invasion. The battle so far. The Terran Dominion is holding firm under Zerg aggression. Our industrial complex has stepped up production on all fronts. Enlistment rates have risen within the penal system, and the Marine Corps is ready to get in the fight. The Zerg won't know what hit them.
Donnie, has there been any word on when we start pushing the aliens back?
Kate, if I revealed that, I'd be giving away vital Dominion secrets.
You think the Zerg watch our broadcast?
I know they do, Kate. I know they do.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. This is Kate Lockwell for UNN.
You know, I think the Zerg mostly just watching soaps. Maybe some trashy reality TV sort of stuff. Every now and then they flip past the news and they go, eh. Now, Mr. Gravenhill.
Got some help lined up for you. Lots of folks ready to fight. For the right price.
We've got the Siege Breakers. Hell yes. You see that? Plus 66% damage. I will hire that before even looking. That is so strong. They're really, really good tanks, and I love me some mercenaries. Let's have a chat with Swan as well.
We're rocking some serious heavy metal now that we got siege tanks.
Yes, sir. The comforting thunder of the big guns. Well, comforting when they're on our side.
Yeah, these newer tanks have better guns when they're on the move. And reinforced armor.
So long as they still got the range in siege mode, the rest is just gravy. Between siege tanks and bunkers, we can hold the line against just about anything.
Yeah, very true. Armed with twin 90mm cannons, the Crucio is an expensive upgrade to the original Arc-Light siege tank. The 180mm siege mode shock cannon scatters superheated tungsten in a 50% larger area. Dominion infantry soldiers are universally convinced that the Crucio operates to inflict more damage on friendly forces than on the enemy. Consequently, Crucio operators stick together during shore leave. That's very true. These do have friendly fire in siege mode, so maybe not the best time to move in with all your troops. This is also why melee units like Firebats tends to die a lot when this happens. Wendell Slovens, an early Crucio operator, installed a sophisticated surround sound system into his ride. Sergeant Slovens was subsequently cut off and surrounded when he failed to hear the order to fall back. Well, you put in your sacrifices for your comfort, really. Now let's get some upgrades to this siege tank. Maelstrom rounds, hell yes! It's a lot more damage to the primary target and the same amount of splash damage. This is just huge amount of upgrades, like it's just insane for big stuff like that. And the shaped blast reduces the friendly units. This saves so many marine lives. I mean, it's still gonna hurt. I mean, the splash damage is still pretty heavy, especially if we have like 4+ siege tanks actually shooting. But 70% less is so good. As you can see, that was quite expensive, and that's exactly where we're down to 45k only right now. But maybe it's time. No, too expensive, too expensive. I did want to get the repair, but it's been doing fine so far. Think that's pretty much it. Oh, can I chat with Matt?
You ain't gonna believe this, but I just saw Zeratul on the ship.
How much did you have to drink tonight, sir?
He was here, Matt, and he was hurt. On the run from something.
Where is he now, sir?
I don't know, but he ain't on the ship anymore. He gave me an Ehon memory crystal, and he was desperate for me to study it. I guess he wants me to see what he's seen.
So now, we can either click on the star map and choose between these 4 missions, and in fact there's more than 4 missions, because Haven will give us a choice between 2 mutually exclusive missions. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to record both and show you, but like we're going to pick one, that's the one we run with canonically. And not only do we have those 5, we also have the one, this one here in the laboratory. So they're all kind of interesting. But I think, given the importance of the storyline, this is where we're going.
Raynor, the hounds of the void are closing in. I impart my memory, my very essence, into this Ihan crystal, so that you will see what I have seen, and that the future may yet have hope.
Whispers of Doom.
Zeratul. What the hell have you gotten yourself into?
Friend Raynor, long has it been since we stood together against the Swarm. Since then, I have wandered the void in solitude, seeking an ancient prophecy rumored to foretell the return of the Xel'Naga. My sojourn led me to a remote world known as Ulan, where I discovered fragments of the prophecy, yet I was not the first to find them. It falls to you now, old friend, to relive my memories and believe. The Zerg swarm came, as was foretold. And the Protoss, firstborn of the gods, rose to fight them. Now, the Xel'Naga that forged us all are returning. What do they come to save? Or to destroy?
I knew you'd find your way here. Eventually.
Your very presence defiles this place, Kerrigan.
Do you hear them, Zeratul? Whispering from the stars. The galaxy will burn with their coming.
Perhaps. But you won't live to see it!
Please. Our petty conflicts mean nothing now. The storm is coming that cannot be stopped. Fitting that we should face oblivion together.
Never!
fate cannot be changed. The end comes. And when it finds me, I shall embrace it at last.
The prophecy is uncertain. There is always hope.
So now we play Zeratul on his own.
We must not hesitate. The prophecy was divided into fragments, each kept at separate shrines. I must gather them and depart this world quickly.
Zeratul's a Dark Templar. This means he is permanently cloaked. So,
In the service of Ire,
as long as the enemy don't have any detector, I can literally just walk right past.
Ire will be restored. This chasm is vast. It is fortunate that I can phase through the shadows to the other side.
Good old Blink.
The firstborn.
Short cooldown spell. This teleport. It's pretty sweet. Now,
My allegiance.
there's always temptation to just kill a bunch of Zerg here. But there's an achievement, although I think that's also on hard, where you take very little damage with Zeratul, and there's no real need to.
I will fulfill my calling.
The thing is, though, he'll stay permanently cloaked. So, I can go right ahead and do this. And they don't even notice me. It's not one of those things cloaked until attacked or anything. Of course, they can bury and run from me. Nothing I can do about that. However, the teleportation is limited to where I can actually see. Since that's higher ground, I don't actually have any vision there, I can actually teleport through there. Same for that, sadly. So you need to make sure that, you know, it's basically severely controlled. It's all good.
Spore crawlers can detect my presence. I should stun them with my void prison.
Yes, you should. See, that destroys its detector capabilities. We do as much damage to it as we can. And now, they're sitting ducks.
You address me?
I do quite a bit of damage, as you can see.
We must.
Zeratul is basically a, he's pretty badass.
Glory to the firstborn. En Arudin Rashagal.
I've always been big fan of missions like this. As long as they're well designed. Oh, hello.
Honor commands.
As long as they're well designed, so that you're not constantly like struggling.
Oblivion.
This one is fairly well designed specifically just because of how you play Zeratul. Permanently cloaked, and it's almost like a puzzle, figuring out what to attack, what to stun, and so on. Even Ultralisks just fall. Ah, barrow. I'm gonna get close though, and they're gonna see me.
That spore crawler can detect me from across the chasm. It must be destroyed.
I was sort of hoping the Ultralisk would come up and try to attack me.
Honor commands.
It's the same sort of combination. We will keep doing V and B. Let's one-shot a couple of Zerglings when they run from me. Just smart.
That overseer can see through my cloak. I'd best stun it with my void prison before crossing this chasm.
We can't attack it, I'm afraid. It's a flying unit. But we can take out these ones, which are actually the ones that do damage to us.
In the service of Ire. The first fragment of the prophecy. Soon all will be made clear.
Yes.
Why not surrender yourself to oblivion, Zeratul? Wouldn't it be better to end your struggle now than witness the final agonizing moments of your species?
The foreboding prophecy weighs heavily on my heart. I'd best reach the remaining shrines before she reconsiders letting me live.
Zeratuls pretty strong,
Not hesitate.
but Kerrigan's the Queen of Blades.